Memorial Day weekend is here, and that means the unofficial kickoff of summer with lots of people heading to Lake Minnetonka. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. And our top story, Memorial Day weekend is here, and staff up at Lake Minnetonka State Recreation Area are gearing up for a big crowd for the long weekend. Park Superintendent Dan Thornton says that nearly all of the electric hookup spaces for campers are already reserved, and a lot of the primitive camping spots are already reserved as well. He says that the lake levels have been good, which will allow for plenty of fun water activities, including boating, jet skiing, and tubing.
Water level's really good. We didn't get a full allocation of water last year. Looks like this year we're going to get real full, so it's up in the trees, and we've got plenty of water for everybody.
Thornton says people have been already utilizing the lake as a go-to fishing spot, and says that he's hopeful that the weather cooperates for most of the weekend. He also reminds people that all vehicles need a park pass, and everyone who goes fishing needs a license, and asks that patrons are respectful of the recreation area and others so all can have a great holiday weekend. And on Monday, there will be lots of Memorial Day programs across the region. Here in Scottsbluff, there will be ceremonies at Fairview Cemetery at 9 a.m., Sunset Memorial Park Cemetery at 11 a.m., and at the State Veterans Home at 1:30 p.m. In Gering, their program will be held at 10 a.m. at the West Lawn Cemetery, followed by a 10:30 ceremony in rural Minnetonka's East Lawn Cemetery. Last on our Scottsbluff County list will be a Banner County program at Pleasant Hill Cemetery at 11 a.m. And the public is invited to a dedication ceremony this Memorial Day. On Monday, there will be a dedication ceremony for the new Gering West Lawn Cemetery American Legion Post 36 Pavilion. Again, that ceremony is at 10 a.m. in conjunction with a Memorial Day program presented by the Legion. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Life Care promises us that we are looked after and taken care of properly.
If I didn't have Life Care, I would be probably scared to death about having enough money for when I got older or when I got sick.
Moving in here was an easy decision and in fact a no-brainer. I looked at it as actually buying long-term care insurance, and in retrospect, a good move.
One of the things that convinces me that we did the right thing is no matter what happens, we will constantly be taken care of.
The whole thing is just vital because you don't have to be worried about what's ahead for you. It's there, it's in black and white, and that's reassuring.
This is home. It has been from the day I moved in.
Welcome back. A Scottsbluff man has been found guilty of second-degree murder and use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony. 57-year-old Gregory Moore stood trial this week for the 2022 stabbing death of Fernando Camacho McBride. On Thursday, the jury of all 12 women came back with the guilty verdicts on each count. District Judge Andrea Miller ordered a pre-sentence investigation, and he'll be back in court on July 21st, where he will face 20 years to life in prison. Well, reduced charges for a Scottsbluff man charged in a December assault. Abel Garcia Sr. was arrested after reportedly attacking a male victim that caused injuries, but earlier this month struck a plea deal to reduce all the felony charges down to misdemeanors. He pleaded guilty to charges including assault causing bodily injury and second-degree false imprisonment, and was sentenced to a total of 300 days in jail with 142 days credit for time already served. Kateri Spotted Eagle was the other person arrested in this case, and she too struck the same plea deal and will be sentenced on her charges on June 6th. And Governor Jim Pillen has authorized the deployment of 10 Nebraska State Troopers to the Texas border. The deployment comes in a response to a request for assistance from the state of Texas and follows Governor Pillen's Monday visit to Texas and a promise to back that state and Governor Greg Abbott in their fight to protect the southern border from illegal immigrants and dangerous drugs entering the country. The troopers who have volunteered are all experienced drone operators and departed Thursday afternoon and will be gone for 2 weeks. Pillen said Nebraska is committed to using every tool in its toolbox to help stop the influx of illegal immigration that hurts the nation's security, undermines the rule of law, and threatens the well-being of Nebraska.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Chad Moyer with you here on the Rural Radio Network. It is time for another Fridays in the Field segment, and from Northeast Nebraska, we visit with Jeff Baker. He is a producer from Pender, Nebraska. Jeff, thanks for allowing us, first of all, the opportunity to follow you through the summer here this season. Since this is the first time we get to visit with you, let's go ahead and just get to know you a little bit. First of all, Jeff, tell me a little bit about your farming operation.
I guess farms in between Pender and Walt Hill. Most of the ground's kind of right around there. Right now we're down next to the Missouri River, I guess, obviously. Farm 1,400 acres or so, corn and beans. My dad has always been a farmer. He retired a couple years ago. He still runs fertilizer, runs seed, runs a semi during the fall, but he semi-retired a couple years ago, I guess. So, no, that's kind of the gist of it, I guess.
I understand you've spent some time with some high-yield producers from around the country. Tell me about those meetings. What do you talk about when you get together with some of those people?
Any number of things, and I mean, I was in the next level. They're the Total Acre group now, I guess, with Randy Dowdy and Dave Hula. Any number of things. I mean, from planter stuff to equipment stuff to seed stuff to fertilizer. They kind of hit everything. I work with Hefty a little bit. I'm in their farm club, which does a lot of trial work with their products and any number of products, I guess. Any of them, it's just kind of the keep your mind open, keep trying stuff, see what works. If you see something in the field that isn't right, try to go figure out what it is and figure out how to fix it, I guess. So it's, I mean, I'd love to say it's some high-tech silver bullet that fixes everything. It's really not. It's just kind of a accumulation of a number of things that you look at and kind of pay attention to.
Yeah. Well, in conversations I've had with you, I found it interesting, how you have implemented some things, but how you've retreated and taken some things away. Maybe just give me one example of a success. What did you try that worked out well for you and your operation, maybe that you wouldn't have tried, outside of these meetings or outside of those conversations?
Good question. I guess like a foliar fungicide, I've always messed with fungicides later in the season. we may do that this year. We'll see how that works out. Not just fungicide, but adding things in with that to get it into the plant better, whether that be growth regulators or humic fulvic acid type of deal. I've seen some differences with that, even in furrow on the planter here, different things, kind of that same line, humics and fulvics, some PGRs go in there. Any number, not necessarily even fertilizer. Actually, I don't hardly run any fertilizer in my in-furrow, which is not terribly common, I guess, but just trying a lot of different things to see what it does to the roots, what it does to emergence, and see if you can kind of help it along there early.
What is your plan for this year? Do you have anything that you are experimenting with this year that you're going to hopefully help make educated guesses, in the years ahead? Anything going on this year?
So the in-furrow, since I got rid of the 2x2, I have a little more time to mess with in-furrow mixes. So I'm trying some biological stuff from a number of companies between, I know Hefty's got some stuff I'm working with on them. Nutrien's got some stuff. I've got, actually tomorrow I'll be messing with that. Genesis Ag is another one that I've been running for a couple years now. Just kind of trying to find the mix that gives me the best crop for the money, or something that I can see a difference and actually say, okay, that's doing something there. And then later on, I mean, little seed deals, DeKalb's going to have short corn on a plot. I'm kind of interested to see that. Kind of a newer deal. I know it's been out, but not terribly widely seen around here anyway. Going to try that this year. And then I'm sure someone will come with a trial later in the year that I will probably mess with also. So no, there will be a few of them out here.
Sure. All right. Jeff, thanks again so much. Appreciate the time. Thanks for allowing us to follow you here this summer. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Again, we've been visiting with Jeff Baker. He is a producer from Pender, Nebraska. Farms Pender, Wald Hill area near Macy. Ground here, a corn and soybean farmer. We'll be following him throughout the season here in Northeast Nebraska. Here on this Fridays in the Field update, brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank. I'm Chad Moyer.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Let's take a peek at your weekend community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, the community came out in full force this week to join Ceres House during its campaign to spread awareness for mental health during Mental Health Awareness Month. On Wednesday, Ceres House held its annual block party to raise awareness for mental health.
There are quite a few people. Some statistics say as many as 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 people will suffer some sort of a mental health issue at some time in their life. So we're here to help you out.
During the block party, folks could buy lunch, socialize, and buy 50-50 raffle tickets, with all proceeds going to the Ceres House and its members.
We use the income from the block party for our members specifically to do fun activities and social activities in the community. They go bowling or go up to the monument, or we take fishing trips. We do all kinds of different extracurricular activities, arts and crafts stuff sometimes. So this will help pay for those activities for members.
If you're unable to attend but would still like to make a donation, you can go to cereshouse.org. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great, safe Memorial Day weekend, and we'll see you back here on Tuesday.